In my first 2 words of secondary school, I heard the words that would shape my entire future. Luke, why are you trying to hang out with us? Nobody likes you. You're a loser. Nobody wants to be friends with you. For most people, that would be their villain or origin story. But for me, it became my superpower in business and life. And today, I'm going to show you how being bullied transformed me into someone who can withstand pretty much anything entrepreneurship throws at me, and why that same resilience might be the missing piece in your business journey. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Luke Anning. I'm a former growth partner at a seven-figure company, hosted a top 2% podcast. I'm coaching entrepreneurs for the last 4 years. But before all of that, I was just a kid who kept showing up day after day to get slapped in the face, literally and figuratively. In this video, I'm going to show you how that resilience got me through years of bullying and has been the exact quality that's helped me build successful businesses, invest in myself when it was terrifying, and keep going when everything falls apart. This isn't just my story. It's a blueprint for anyone who's ever wondered if they have what it takes to make it in business. And by the end, you'll understand why the ability to face rejection repeatedly might be your greatest untapped resource. So picture this. I'm in a new school. I'm desperately trying to make new friends. I've just gone from primary school to secondary school, or some of you guys might say from like junior to high school. And I'm desperately trying to make friends. And every lunch break for a year, I'd approach the same group of kids who'd mock me, push me away, call me things, call me names, tell me I was worthless. And the next day I'd come back again. And then I'd come back again. And I would say about 80% of my lunch times were spent being attacked, tested, rejected, and most people would have given up. And I had suicidal ideation, as in, like, I had the thoughts of taking my life. And some people would have found somewhere else to sit, but I kept showing up day after day, believing that eventually something would change. And it took a full year before I finally found friendship with kids a year below me. And I became the cool older guy in the group, which felt great for a while, but I still wanted to make friends my own age. It wasn't until I was 15, so literally 3, 4 years later, that I finally connected with healthier peers. But here's the thing. I only found them because I never stopped looking. And as an entrepreneur, I've faced that same cycle of rejection over and over. I've invested thousands in programs from some of the biggest names in the industry, and I've spent thousands on coaches who promised results but didn't deliver. I've joined high ticket masterminds where I didn't belong. One particular agency promised to grow my business, had me as a testimonial, but the only sales that I made came from my existing network. It was nothing to do with the leads that they were supposed to generate. We have also had ads running recently, and I have people constantly giving me hate every single day. Like, I literally had somebody tell me, why are you doing this when you could get a rope and that be cheaper? Like, literally making a suicide joke. And I also invested in one of the biggest names in the sales training space. But the program was targeted for people making 50K a month when I was only making 5 to 10. I was completely out of my depth. And each time I got burned, that voice would come back saying, you're a loser, nobody wants to work with you, you're wasting your money. And these experiences left me at breaking points where I questioned everything. There were moments that I wanted to quit, to go back to a normal job where rejection wasn't constant. And the worst part is, after getting burned by these investments, I became scared to invest again. I was stuck in this endless loop of consuming free content, podcasts, YouTube videos, books, without actually moving forward. And I was learning, but I wasn't implementing. I was planning, but not acting. And deep down, I knew why. I was afraid of being the loser who got rejected again. And then one day, it kind of hit me that I realized I've been through this exact cycle before. As that kid at lunchtime, the kid on the playground. Entrepreneurship is 80 to 90% rejection. It's being slapped in the face day after day. It's problems arising, things going wrong, frustrations mounting, and voices telling you you're not worthy, you're not enough, You can't trust yourself. But here's what the bullied kid knew that most entrepreneurs forget. The only way out is through. I realized that being bullied had gifted me with the exact superpower I needed to succeed in business. The ability to show up repeatedly despite rejection, and to have the self-awareness to admit when things are going wrong and to adjust course, as well as the self-awareness to recognize that if I didn't change my self-sabotage when the self-sabotage was in its thickest, that I would have stayed stuck forever. While others quit after their first bad investment or failed launch or their first hire going wrong, I've been trained since childhood to keep going. So what looked like trauma has actually been training. And once I made this connection, everything has shifted. I stopped seeing setbacks as failures and started seeing them as just another lunchtime being pushed around. It's another opportunity to persist when others would walk away. And for me, I began investing in things differently. Instead of expecting external solutions, I learned to trust my resilience. And I developed the self-awareness to know when something wasn't working and have the courage to try something new. Those early bullying experiences taught me how to genuinely connect with people, how to form healthy relationships, and most importantly, how to set boundaries, because I'd experienced what happens when you have none. My overthinking, which once led me to being self-conscious, becoming a tool for intense self-awareness, and just complete dysregulation. But now I have this superpower, per se, as many people do that have been bullied, that helps me identify and fix self-sabotage patterns before they derail my progress. I can identify the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, and I can cut the actions early by approaching the feelings early and approaching the thoughts early. And this transformation didn't just change how I felt, it changed how I approached my entire business and life. And today I have clients who are getting insane results. One went from 25K a month to 57K a month in 30 days of working me. Then after a month break, scaled to 101K. Another went from 50K a month to 50K a week in just 2 weeks while delegating 85% of their work. And the question here comes, why do these clients get results? Because I teach them the same relentlessness that I learned on the playground, that I learned when I got bullied, that I learned when most people would quit, that I just kept going. I kept showing different approaches. When one doesn't work, we show up the day after. When the next thing slaps you in the face, we just come back and we go for more until we figure out we either need to keep persisting with those people or adjust course. So I've built a completely different coaching model because of this perspective. While other people are dumping hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content on you and group calls without giving you any one-to-one support, my trainings are all under 10 minutes because I know that action beats information every single time. I also do one-to-one support because I understand that when you're in the trenches, you need to have somebody in the trenches with you who won't let you quit. That is everything. So if you're stuck in that cycle of consuming content without taking action, if you've been burned by coaches before and are afraid to invest again, if you find yourself overthinking and second guessing every business decision, I want you to consider that maybe, just maybe, what you're missing isn't more information. It's not a better strategy. It's not even a better coach. What you might be missing is the relentlessness that comes from being willing to face rejection over and over again until you get what you want. Just like that, being able to reframe and say your words over and over again until you get them right. I'm not scared to make content like this and be raw, real, and open with you guys because this is my life. This is what I've been through. And the difference between entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs isn't knowledge. It's the willingness to do what most people aren't. It's about showing up when everyone else goes home. It's a willingness to have resilience, to go to the next step, to hire the next coach, to hire the next team member, to hire the next, whatever that is, to take that next level step. It's being able to consistently step outside of your comfort zone. It's resilience. If you're looking to actually develop this kind of resistance, if you're tired of getting stuck in learning loops without implementation, if you want somebody who understands what it takes to keep going when everything else falls apart, I might be the guy for you. I help entrepreneurs stop self-sabotaging so that they can reach their potential. We integrate both inner work and strategic implementation with accountability baked into every step. So if you're interested in learning more about that, click the link in the description to learn more about working together. It's application only, there's limited spots. So really, we're going to look at taking your biggest challenges into your greatest strengths, like I did with mine. Because sometimes the things that hurt us the most become the very qualities that set us apart from everybody else. So if you found value in this video, I also would recommend checking out my video on the seven traits that made me a successful business owner and that completely transformed my business, to put it lightly. And I'll link it right here down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that merges personal development with practical business strategies. So thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes your greatest pain can become your greatest power. I'll see you in the next one.